Hello everyone, welcome to a new video on Java fundamentals. Now in our previous video of Java fundamental, we have learned different types of tokens that are exist in Java, and today's video we're going to learn different data types that are available in Java. So now, according to the definition, data types are means to identify the type of the data and associated operations of handling it. Like any other languages, Java also provides ways and facilities to handle different types of data by providing the data types. Now here the data can be of many types. It can be a character, it can be an integer, it can be a string. So now data in any programming language is handled in a systematic manner. For this purpose, it is divided into various types. Java data types are divided into two types. One is called primitive data types, another one is called non-primitive or reference data types. The primitive data types that comes as a part of the language. They are the basic data types. Java provides 8 primitive data types like byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, and boolean. And the reference data type, those are data types constructed from primitive data types. The example of reference data types like classes, strings, arrays, interfaces. So these data types generally store the memory address of a class or an array. Now let's talk about the primitive data types. Primitive are the basic data values. The word primitive means a fundamental component that may be used to create other larger parts. Thus, by primitive data types, we mean the fundamental data types offered by the Java. Now, Java supports primitive data types having numeric part and fractional part. So this primitive data types is divided into two groups. The values having the integer types that store only the whole numbers, that can be a positive or negative number but without decimal points. For example, 1, 2, 3 or minus 4, 5, 6, those are integer data type. And we have another primitive data type that represents the number with a fractional part that contains the decimals. So these are called floating data types. Beside of these two primitive data types, Java also has character data type. The character data type of Java is used to store the character. As we know that a character in Java can represent all ASCII as well as Unicode characters. Because of the Unicode characters, the size of the character database is of 16 bits. Now another primitive data types available in Java is Boolean. So in case of Boolean data type is used to represent a single value which is either true or false. A Boolean value can have only one of two values, true and false. So these are the basic data types or primitive data types available in Java. As in numeric format we have integer and floating data type, and in non-numeric format we have characters and Boolean data type. Now in case of reference data types, a reference in Java is a data element whose value is an address. So arrays, classes and interfaces are all reference data type. The value of a reference type variable, in contrast to that of a primitive type, is a reference to the value or set of values represented by that variable. Data types are also initialized to some default values when they are declared. Now this table describes the different primitive data types are available in Java with the default values. By the values they are initialized when they are declared, and the default size, the size occupied by the memory size occupied by the variables of different data types. So for Boolean data type, it takes 1 bit memory space. For character data type, it takes 2 byte of memory space. For byte, it takes 1 byte of memory storage space. For short, it takes 2 byte of memory space. For int, the memory space taken by an integer data type is 4 byte. For long, it is 8 byte, and for float and double, it is 4 byte and 8 byte respectively. So thanks for watching the video. If you like the video, then hit the like button and share this video to others. And if you're new to this channel, then subscribe the channel and press the notification bell icon for regular updates.